For us backpackers, when you talk about ultralight, all we see is the big dollar signs. And you that might be just getting into backpacking, when you start adding that up, you find out how expensive it is to get that weight down on that backpack. But what if I told you there's a gem that I may have found on Amazon that could change all that for you on the tent side? So I ain't going to bore you with a big unboxing today, but if you want to see the full unboxing and the setup of the tent, right over here is a video I did not too long ago. But today's whole video is about, is this Nightcat ultralight tent off Amazon worth you spending the money on? You know, for some of us, it may be out of the question to do the PCT trail or the Appalachian trail. But I guarantee you there is a state park somewhere near you that has some nice 3 and 4 mile hikes. The snub ultralighters that are out there today that will stumble across this video, and they will definitely be talking about how this is not ultralight. On the budget end, the Nightcat, $139 on Amazon, advertised at 1.68 pounds, but we'll talk about that actual weight in just a minute. In that middle range, that Durston X Mid 1, $269. This thing is rated #1 by pretty much every major outdoor publications right now. Weighs in at 1 pound, 1 ounce, legitimate ultralight. And at the top, the Z-Packs Deluxe Light, $699, 14.9 ounces. That is the gold standard for thru hikers on the PCT and the Appalachian Trail. Now, here's the thing. The Z-Pack is probably an incredible tent, but for some of us, like me, who goes a handful of times a year, I can buy 5 Nightcats for the price of 1 Z-Pack. So the question isn't which tent is best. The question is which tent is right for where you are in your backpacking journey right now. Did you all hear what I said there? $699 for a tent. I don't know about you, but where I'm from, that is definitely part of a mortgage payment or my car payment or something like that. I'm just saying. All right. So Nightcat says that this tent is 1.68 pounds. And we've got our little scale here today to see if they're lying or not. That's it. Just the bag it comes in. And when you weigh this, all right, you guys, notice that right there. That is the tent without the stakes, without the ground sheet. That right there is 952 grams, which is 2.1 pounds. All right, so there we are. Ground sheet, stakes in here. Let's get you another weight. There you have it, y'all. That's with the ground sheet and the stakes. It's at 1,214 grams, which is 2 pounds, 6/8 ounces. So almost 3 pounds. For those of you that have never put up a trekking pole tent before, I am going to advise you one thing. You may get mad, you may get frustrated, you may get aggravated. Obviously, because these trekking pole tents, there's no real structure frame to it whatsoever. So in that, you know, you've got more guidelines to tie out. One thing that I've learned, and you know, in the clip I showed you right there, is stake out them 4 corners, then put that trekking pole in. There's always a tab down there at the bottom, probably where your tent door is, whatever, to stick your little sharp point of your trekking pole in, get it in place, then pull that guideline out, secure that one, and then finish the rest of the guidelines. But trust me, the second or third time that you do it, it will get easier. It's pretty roomy. It's 31.5 wide by 80 some inches long. So it will fit your 25-inch sleeping pad, which is very nice. And you still have room for, you know, whatever them things you want to take in there at 10 at night. It's also got a few pockets, you know, in the netting part of the tent, which is nice that you can put some stuff in, maybe put some socks up there to dry out just a little bit or something like that. It does have a little hanger up top for your headlamp. That way you can kind of use it like a lamp inside the tent. It is 47 inches high, so obviously you probably can set up in it if you're a really, really tall guy. That may not be a good situation for you. So just remember, at that 47 inches, that is right around 4 feet, so you are not standing up in this tent. The way this tent is also designed, it does give you a nice breezeway out in front of your door. So you do have a place when it zips up to a nice triangular area that your backpack can be in, and your shoes that you tuck off, and they won't get no rain on them because it is under the rain fly. So it's got a really generous area in there. Keep in mind at the 47-inch height to the 4 foot, I don't want to have to go in and out of this tent too many times. So I'm just going to be honest with you there. That bending over to get in the tent. So the real question for today is this. Is this worth you buying? It gets 4.2 stars on Amazon out of 289 people. So it ain't hundreds of thousands of people that have bought this tent. But who's to say that this can't be a secret weapon for you to take out pounds out of your backpack and also stay on a budget? In my opinion, who do I think should consider buying? Well, number one is that beginning backpacker. That one who does not want to spend $300 to $600 or $700 on an ultralight tent. They are getting a very light tent and not make them miserable on the trail where they quit backpacking after their first trip. Number two, that's trying to get back into backpacking, who's had injuries, that have issues, and starting to realize when they start trying to put this pack together that they are going to struggle trying to get that weight down to where they need to be. The third person I think that should consider buying this tent is that person who's only looking for a lighter option, that only goes backpacking a couple times a year, but could really use to shed that weight. That Z-Pack duplex tent that we spoke about for $699 is probably an awesome tent for a thru hiker. But for us that only go a few times a year, maybe 2, maybe 3 times a year, that tent was $699. This nightcat is $139. That means you could buy 5 of these for the price of one. Well, there you have it. The decision is yours. I've got one night under my belt in this nightcat tent, and I'm going to continue to see how many more nights I can get. Hey, my name is Stephen Kidd. This is Country Kids Outdoors. I appreciate you being here today. If you'd hit that like and subscribe button, I'd sure appreciate it. Love to hear all your comments down in there. So stay tuned for the next episode. Like I always say, you can't harvest them in the house. You got to get up, get outdoors, and have a great time and worship the Creator more than the created.